If you look online, you hear a lot about success. There are thousands, 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 thousands of creators telling you how to be successful. They'll give you all of the different tips and tricks. You can go on ChatGPT right now and say, "Give me tips for building my YouTube empire. Give me tips for building my social media empire. Give me tips for building my business and how do I do it, my blog, whatever it is that you're doing." And all of those ideas, I mean, from a lot of people, from ChatGPT, all of these places are very good. It's great advice that will lead you in the right direction. But none of that advice at the end of the day matters if you don't do this one thing. And that one thing is not quitting. The reason I'm doing this video is because I think it's so important that when you talk about starting a business, starting a YouTube channel, whatever it is that you're doing, that you understand that the bedrock, the foundation of what you're doing starts with yourself. 90% of your success is going to be based off of, hey, am I mentally ready and prepared to do this? And sometimes, whatever stage you are in life, you need to go through a little bit more to be ready and prepared. If you watched one of our prior videos we did, I talked about being demonetized by YouTube and what that does. And at that moment, there was a path I could take, right? It was either I could say, "Oh, I'm done with this. I'm quitting. That's it. I'm done." Or you could choose to keep going. And I think that far too many people focus on the X's and O's of your business, right? Far too many people focus on the what social media strategy do I have? What social media plan do I have? What type of videos? What niche am I in? What audience am I trying to attract? And you need all of that to succeed. There's no question about it. But it just to me, if I was telling someone what should you do at the beginning of it, you should plan, but it's more of planning to prepare yourself for what's to come. I could tell you this, and I'm by no means, this is a kind of a side channel that we've started, but I by no means am somebody who is, built this super successful business. I'm someone that's still in the process of building a business. But I could tell you, even in the 2 years or so that I've been doing YouTube and, the decade plus really of trying different websites and things like that, I've learned that most of my struggles or most of the things that I planned, right, they don't always work out the way you think. Meaning it's almost like directionally I'm going in the direction I want to go, but it's not the way I thought I would get there. And it was not a straight path. It was a holy crap, we're doing great, we're doing great, we're doing great, we're doing great. And then, oh my God, something crazy happens that we have to change everything. Right? You gotta pick yourself back up. You go, "Oh, wow, we're succeeding a little bit more. Oh, we gotta do it again." And you keep going through this process. And at the end of the day, that is more important than any plan you have. Because you could have the perfect blueprint. You could have everything perfect about how you're gonna build your business. And if you're unable to deal with the hard times, if you're unable to deal with the roadblocks that will be put in front of you, if you're watching this right now, I can't assure you that you're going to succeed. I can't assure you you're going to have 1 million subscribers and be rolling in the cash in 5 years. I can assure you there are going to be roadblocks every step of the way. So, when you're thinking of starting a business, when you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, it's as simple as understanding and telling yourself, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. That doesn't mean that, okay, my channel, we're 2 years in, not making enough money, so I'm gonna keep not having a job. No, that just means that you're gonna find a way to keep working on it until the darn thing succeeds. And sometimes you're going through the process of starting a YouTube channel and going through it, and it's actually not the YouTube thing that succeeds, but because you did YouTube, it led you to something greater. Maybe you were going through the YouTube process, and then you realized, wait a minute, what I really want to be doing is live streaming instead. That's what my calling is. So you get into the live stream game. Maybe you live stream, you get into the YouTube game. Maybe you don't like either of those. You realize, you know what I really like to do? I really just think I could actually be a great writer. That leads you to starting a blog. Or maybe you're like, I don't love the actual videos, but I'm great at editing and thumbnails, and you get into that. There are so many things that you could do just by putting yourself out there and trying and just simply never giving up. If somebody asks what is the number one thing to success, it is that. It is that. Because most of the people that fail are just people that just, you ever see that meme where the guy's digging for diamonds and he's so close to those diamonds. One more hit and he had the diamonds, but he quits. And that's it, because so many people do it. And once again, you shouldn't be in a situation where, okay, I'm trying out this YouTube thing. Let's say you quit your job, you do all that, it doesn't succeed, and you're just never changing course. That's not what not giving up is. Not giving up is having a destination in mind, having a goal, and navigating your way to that goal doesn't always take the path that you think. And there's so many great quotes out there that help lay the groundwork. And I always tell people, go watch documentaries. Don't just go to read a business course. Don't just kind of Google and look up on ChatGPT all these places ideas. Actually, watch documentaries on people who have built businesses, right? Whether it's YouTube businesses or something like Amazon or Facebook or any of those, right? Read about Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and all of the trials and tribulations that were in their journey, in their path. You just can't quit. You got to have a level of belief in yourself that actually at some point I can succeed. And it's, obviously you hear about it, but I feel like it's not actually talked about enough, the mental side of being an entrepreneur, right? The kind of grind, the motivation, because it's very easy to get up every day and to do something if you had motivation all the time, if you've had that happiness all the time about what you're doing. But everybody knows that there's days you wake up and there's days I wake up and I just can't wait to do what I'm doing, right? You wake up, you're in the best mood, you're not tired, you had a great night's sleep, everything's perfect. And then there's days you wake up and you're like, did I sleep at all last night? I felt like I went to bed early enough, but I am tired. And you have to grind yourself through that day and do what you need to do. There's times when I thought for sure, "Oh, we finally made it." In fact, just to go back to the demonetization thing, right before that, I thought, "Hey, we're here. We've made it. Just gonna be a matter of time." And then, of course, I hit a new low after that. But it didn't stop me, right? I'm keeping going at it. You find out new paths, you find out new ways, and you fix the problems, and as we said in the video, it actually made it better. Like, sitting here today, it's almost like, it was the best thing that's out of the video, right? It's the best thing that could have happened, and the farther we get from it, the more I truly believe that. But that only was able to happen because at that point, I didn't give up. If I had given up, I would have never learned any of the lessons I learned from that. And so if you're sitting there right now and you're thinking, "Man, my path is so far, right? My goals are way out there." It doesn't matter. You just have to tell yourself one step at a time. And if you take that one step at a time, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to have, 100,000 subscribers. And you're like, oh my God, we did it, right? We're on our way to success. So just never, ever give up.